Hello, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood ESL and accent reduction tutor, David Berlin. Today, I want to explain some phrases and a couple of words, a few words, okay? The words that I'm going to give you pronunciations for are vegetables, right? So things like beets, carrots, lettuce, things like that, right? But the phrases that I want you to learn, there are two phrases, okay? One is a question that you can combine and ask, with other words to make a general sort of question, okay? So the question is, how do I? How do I? Repeat. How do I? Repeat. How do I? Okay, now what that question means is, in English, the question, how do I? In English, it means, in what way do I do something? Right? It's a question. You're asking somebody, in what way do I do this? By what means do I do this? Right? How do I? How do I do this? Right? Okay. So, one example of a question using how do I could be you're talking to your sister and you ask her, how do I cook beets? Repeat, how do I cook beets? And that's just one example of how you would use the question, how do I? Another question is, here's another example of a question, how do I open a bank account in America? Repeat, how do I open a bank account in America? How do I? In what way do I do this? By what means do I do this? How do I? Okay? So that's the first phrase is how do I? And you can mix it and match it and combine it with other things to make questions, right? It's a very good question for getting around in the United States in your new country because it enables you to ask people by what means do I do something that you need to do when you're not familiar with how to do it. For example, here's another example. How do I get a driver's license? Or here's another example. How do I buy a car? Or even another example, how do I take the train? So those are some examples of how do I. How do I means by what means do I do this? In what way do I accomplish this? Okay? Here's another phrase that you can use. I really was going to go through three phrases. So the next phrase is I like to, or I like. Okay? So what the phrase I like means is I enjoy. I enjoy, right? So if someone asks you, you're having dinner somewhere and someone says, do you like beets or do you like chutney? I like chutney. I enjoy chutney. That's what it means. I like means I enjoy. I like. Okay? I like. So let me give you an example. I like beans. I like fish. I like beats. So that's I like. Now, I like is not to be confused with I'd like, right? I like is not the same as I'd like, okay? I'd like is a shortened form. It's a shortened form, and we call it a contraction. The phrase I'd in this context means I would, right? So I'd like is not the same as I like. I'd like is short for I would like in this context. It doesn't always mean that, but you determine it by context, right? So in this case, I'm using it I would like. I would like is an expression that means I want to, right? That's a little bit different than I enjoy. It's kind of different, right? But when you say I'd like or I would like, you're saying I want to. That's another very important expression. If you're just learning English and you're new to America, being able to say I would like, meaning I want to, is very important in America, okay? So, let me give you a couple of examples, and I'm not going to do the I'd, I'm going to do it as I would, okay? I'd, in this context, is short for I would. It doesn't always mean I would, but in this context it does. Okay, so, let's think a second. I would like to go to the restaurant on 3rd Avenue. I would like to go to the Haitian restaurant on 3rd Avenue. I would like. I want to, right? Repeat. I would like to go to the Haitian restaurant on 3rd Avenue. Okay. Here's another example of I would like meaning I want to. I would like to study nursing at Rutgers. I would like to study nursing at Rutgers. Repeat. I would like to study nursing at Rutgers. Another example of I would like meaning I want to is I would like to FaceTime with my mother tonight. I want to FaceTime with my mother tonight. I would like to FaceTime with my mother tonight. Repeat. I would like to FaceTime with my mother tonight. Okay, now here's a couple of vegetables that I'm going to give you pronunciations for. Simply listen to and repeat what you hear. Beets. Carrots. Lettuce. Onions. Okay, this is your friendly neighborhood ESL and accent reduction tutor, David Berlin. You can reach me regarding lessons to take lessons in English as a second language or accent reduction at 732-807-5424 or text me if you're not comfortable calling. This is David Berlin, your friendly neighborhood ESL and accent reduction tutor, signing off. Goodbye.